I'm finally here. I've said I was gonna come a million times. We finally made it happen.
Who are you?
Ruben. I'm known as the T-shirt buddy. If you're not following me, I suggest you do. You're gonna get comedy, you're gonna get DTF and a bunch of other things. And you'll get that pretty guy with me all the
Get out
time.
of here.
It's not a lie, we're in person. So I had to come and see this DTF machine firsthand. As a guy who prints the volume that I print, I'm interested in getting something a lot bigger that's gonna help me scale my business. And so my man's created one that I think might just be that. So I have a million questions I'm gonna ask. So my first question, which is always safety, right? So before we started anything, my first question was filter system, right? Being able, the ventilation system. So for a guy like myself, I was in a home, I sold my home, I'm in an apartment now. So the folks that have asked me questions are also in small apartments or things like that, is how safe is this machine to actually run in an apartment, right? Especially those, like we discussed, not having to run your ventilation system over the top or out the back. You've created something to kind of replace that, right? How safe is it and how does this thing function?
Yeah, so for us, that stuff's number one, right? Because not only for people that are using it, but also like what's left on the garment, right? So remember that. So there's a couple things for that. Number one is the chemicals that are used is super important, because any bad chemical, it doesn't matter if it's heated or vented or not, is bad, right? So we've been developing inks for a long time here, and our main job always is to have the safest product, right? So it all comes with where you select your raw materials for, how you formulate, and also making sure you got all the safety certifications, right? So that's like a foundational thing. Why did we end up going that route when you can like buy like import inks and all this stuff? Number one is safety, right? Number two is performance of the inks. For our stuff, you know, our inks got product of the year for our Gamut Plus line, and it's all safety certified, OKIO-TEX.
Which
and all
is my
that.
question.
Yep.
You just answered that.
Yep.
Because that's a big concern is, not to cut you off, sorry.
No, it's all
big
good.
concern is, I will have clients sometimes that say, hey, does this, is this child safe? Or, you know, does it pass? I think it's OKC, OCC, right?
Yep.
Yours is.
Yep. Yeah. And, you know, we anytime that stuff's on our site too, it comes with like being able to get quality inks that are made here in California. California has the strictest rules when it comes to like, you know, when you make chemical stuff.
But we do it best in California.
Yep. We do it. Yeah, we do it more restrictive, right?
Everything's better here.
But it's all, you know, water-based stuff. It's all like, you know, the best raw materials is what I wanted always.
So we'll eventually break down the machine. But probably the most important question for me, what made you get into DTF finally, and what's the difference with what you're doing DTF-wise, film and things,
Yeah.
and then?
You guys will see it. There's a big wall that says what we do, right? So we empower business owners globally to thrive with print-on-demand solutions, right? And a lot of the decisions that we make are based on that. And the reality is most of the manufacturers in direct-to-garment shied away from doing DTFs because they thought, oh, it's gonna eat up the business, whatever. What I saw is some value on doing extra things with the equipment that you already have, right? So I really like neck tags. I like, you know, sleeve hits, backpacks, hats, all like small prints. So the reason why we leaned into it is because we saw the value that it could have to our customers that already have the free jets, right? So in
Which you can convert.
Yeah, exactly. So in 2020, what we did is we reformulated inks. We set up DTF Platinum, that's a heater and a vacuum for our machines, right? And I think the kit's like $600.
Right.
That includes like everything.
If you've got a free jet.
If you have a free
already,
jet, yep.
Right.
If you have a free jet. And what does that do? It gives people leverage with the equipment they already bought. Dude, and we have like a ton of people just killing it with it. Because now they could do, not only when somebody walks in and they want the shirt right now, they could do direct to garment for complex big prints. And then they could become a mini fulfillment center for creators in the area. And now it's another additional line of business.
Scale their business more.
Exactly. So that's why we leaned into it hard. And then from there, you never know where things are gonna go, right? So I always like to start off with, all right, you get the hunch, is this gonna provide value? Then you test it small, right?
Right.
I didn't go deep into like, all right, we need to release a printer right now. We went into research mode on what's out there, right? So we just didn't like anything out there because it's just poorly engineered, hard for the user. And that kind of started us in the track of like, all right, well, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right, and then we're gonna do it big. So that's the reason we went into it.
One of the things though is for folks starting to get into the DTF business, right? I've noticed there is a difference, and I'm not saying that because I'm here, I really mean that, is there's a difference in what your quality feels like versus the other DTF stuff that I felt, right? And again, that's all being created here. I'm noticing a lot. I'm not saying it's oversaturated because it's not, right? There's always gonna be room for growth. But a lot of people grabbing these smaller, I think they're L 18,000, 1800s, converting those, right? It doesn't feel the same way. It does get the job done. But why should they invest in something like this versus converting something at home when they can do it? The reason for me, I can tell you off the top, is I want more of that professional feel, and I want to treat my business as though it is too. So I want to offer that kind of product. What would you suggest for those folks that are converting these printers and saying, I'm a DTF transfer company now?
Yeah, so like I told you before, from seeing this in other technologies, it's the first thing because it's the cheapest, right? Let's convert something. We tested that stuff. The reality is the print speed that you get right there, it just takes so long to do.
Right.
On top of that, the quality of the inks is not good for feel or good for you.
Right.
And then you can't have a reliable product that's professional that you can rely on every single day, right? So you might be down tomorrow,
right?
And that's your biggest order. That's what happens. So you got to start somewhere, right? The idea is, why do I tell you about the mission that's on the wall, right? And the vision.
Which I do want to see before I leave.
Yeah, you got to start there.
Right.
If you're saying, hey, I want a professional business, and I want to like scale, then I could guide you and say, hey, look, you might spend 3, 4, 5 grand on something that's cheap and converted. If that's your vision to do hobby stuff and that's what your budget is, you got to lean into that.
Hobbyist versus
professional,
right?
If your vision is professional, then you got to invest in equipment that's professional, that's supported. You got chemistry that is going to work for the best feel. The number one thing I wanted is great feel. The feel on the stuff that I tried is like paper. It's like, I didn't like it. So
which
that's
you have your new. You want to say it first? What your new film is? The butter.
The butter peel.
Butter peel. Why butter peel?
Because it peels like butter.
It peels like butter. Right. And so I hadn't tried any of the DTF stuff from your stuff until, if I can say his name, one of my great friends.
Course. Yep.
I love the dude, is Joe from Heart and Hustle. Yep. Joe from Heart and Hustle was the first one to introduce me to the DTFs that came off your. I think he has the free jet, right?
Yep. He has got the free jet.
I'm not kidding you. I swear to God, it almost didn't feel like a DTF to me. How were you able to find? How long did it take you in research to even find that film or that ink or whatever it was? I still don't know because I haven't actually had my hands on.
It's a combo. It's a ink and a film. We've been at it since 2020. It's a mission to formulate, reformulate, go after like the best feel, right? And the best like print quality also in the machine. So new Omni DTF. I'll talk a little bit about some of the biggest features, the biggest reasons why this is like super powerful for somebody to get into. And I'll start with like the print area, right? So most of the stuff out there that is this format. So this is designed for you to have it in a like professional space or in an apartment. Everything from the stands, from the printer size itself. This is the printer, so you would bring this in and it fits through a regular door. Same thing for the oven, fits through a regular door and you put it all together, so it's a full solution, right? So, and the print area is 14.5 inches with a custom roll that we had made for this printer, right? So why did we do that? 11.5 is just doesn't quite get you there. Even in a free jet, it's bigger, it's almost 13.
So again, because I'm trying to walk away, I'm probably gonna buy one. is, you know, I'm in an apartment space now.
Yep.
Again, the ventilation system is a huge ordeal for
Yep.
these people that have asked.
Yeah.
Break down for me how this thing functions.
Yeah, exactly. So talk about ventilation, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to like, you know, we remodeled this room, you know, about a year ago. So I didn't want to like bust a pipe through the roof, right? You got to ventilate anything that you're doing, right? What we did here is we have a filtration system that takes whatever fumes come out of here. When this is doing here, it's curing the powder on the print, and it's a hot melt powder. You know, it takes whatever fumes come out of here. There's a stack filter down there, and it's filtering all of that.
How often
right?
does it have to get changed?
Depends on how you print, right? So we have the inserts, you know, every 3 to 6 months. You gotta look at them. If you're printing nonstop, look at it every month, make sure that it's still filtering. You'll notice because just like you have a heat press, right? And you're doing any other press method, you have fumes that come out depending on what you're pressing. So you always want to be ventilated. If it's an apartment, if it's an office.
This is one process. That's it, right?
Yep.
So are we still moving from here, cutting off our transfer, having to go press it to heat it? We still got to do that process?
No. So this is cured and ready to, when it comes out of here, it's ready to sell, right? Ready to either you transfer it or you ship it to your customer.
Which is important.
Yeah.
So this takes away, and that's why it led to that.
The manual, yep.
Takes away from that process of, you know, we were having to print them, run them to the powder, right? And then having to sit there on our press for 5 minutes or so just to cure that sheet, melt it, right? This takes away that whole process. This is a one shot.
Exactly.
Now, how often do you have to maintenance? That's always huge.
So every single day before you leave, you're gonna clean your cleaning station, right? You have 5 minutes of preventative maintenance, and then you're good, right? So that's the difference of using professional parts, inks, and all that stuff. So that's why you would do that. So those features are important. Then I'll go into like the software.
Software, because you're not using everyone's using Acro Rip, right? So no Acro Rip. This is your own software.
So this is Direct Rip.
Direct Rip, right?
It's a you know, similar print engine that we use for the i2 and the FreeJet. Dude, that's how we get the best print. Having the best color engine to run it, right? And how do you reduce the cost? You have the software that is designed to reduce costs, not to put so much ink down that it feels nasty, and then you have like 3 or 4 times the cost of what we would print for, right? So that's why you do it. So it's not just one thing when you're looking at a total solution that gives you something that's quality, you know, when you transfer.
Let's run through because the noise is also something else. So
yeah.
When I walked in, the first thing I noticed, I was like, is that as loud as it goes? He said, yeah, and that was with the shaker and everything going. Right, being in an apartment I'm not just pushing this for people in apartment complexes, okay? Not just because I live in one right now, but because I do, I want to make sure that my neighbor doesn't bang at the top of the, you know, I'm at the top.
So here you have a print head in the back for the color, and a print head in the front for whites, right?
Right.
Similar to what we do in our i2, where and in our Cheetah, where we have the experience. We're like, hey, we need the print head far enough to be able to print like that, right? So if you notice, it's printing color and white, and you also have an integrated heater. If you notice down over there, it's heating here in the nozzle plate area, so that when that drop hits the film, you have a pre-cure that's going on, and that's controlled by there. You also have like a vacuum that's holding the film in place, and it's holding it so that, you know, you have that quality registration and everything.
And these are hot peel.
Yeah, these are hot peel. These are the butter peel that we're going to transfer.
Yeah, and this is as loud as this thing.
Yeah, I mean, you could, like the main thing, if you notice, look how crisp the edges are, look how it's coming out. Right. You want to keep that powder, once it's applied, you want to keep the rest of the sheet like clean, so it doesn't get to the oven part like misty and dirty, right? And what that does is it helps for a clean transfer. So this is how you would load it back up, right? So throw it in there. Boom. Whatever's left, you can throw it in there too.
And so when we come through, Coming to the oven. Which way are we coming back out? Please.
Down here.
We're gonna come right back out.
So see these fans down here? So they're curing,
see.
like they're cooling it down. You're gonna have a job right here. Hold that side.
Sorry, I got it that time.
There you go. Got the tags.
If you truly want to have a professional transfer company, DTF, and you want to scale your business, this is the route to go. If you really want to have a professional transfer company, I suggest you look at Omniprint's DTF printer for sure. All right, so now we're gonna do a couple presses and see what it actually feels like once it's on this garment. Temperature-wise, so we're still 320, 25 seconds, right? But this is a hot peel, so we don't have to, you know, no second pills. And
Yeah, but you're like
There you go, there you go.
there you go. I'm so used to being at home and I'm an upside down guy, so I thread my shirts that way. All right, putting him through the test. Right. Oh, you weren't kidding.
Oh.
Look at him. Now, do you suggest a double? I can feel it. Do you suggest a double press or that's it?
Yeah, do like a little 5-second hit if you want.
Yeah. I'm picky when I press. Oh yes. Yeah. So yeah, he wasn't lying. This really is smooth. It really is soft. It looks great. It's vibrant, and I don't have any of those crazy like outline, the white powder that sits on the outline. So it's the truth. Grab my credit card. They look great. They look great, bro. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, you've done a good job for sure in finding whatever it is that works. Yeah, and so like it doesn't feel like it's papery at all. It's nice and soft. No, my hand's not burning on the hot plate. Here's that second one, right? So like I was saying, it really is nice and detailed, and the colors are vivid, you know, they're vibrant. So you guys win. Omniprint gets my money, and they better get yours after this. I'm so glad I saw them in person. This is the truth. It really is soft. It really does peel like butter. As I was saying when we pressed it, I mean, it's so vivid and detailed. You don't have that extra powder around anything. When I said professional, I truly meant it when I came to see this machine. This is professional. If you want to go the right way, I would be considering one of these machines for sure.
There you go. I love that. You know, anytime that somebody comes that knows what they're talking about and has done this to eat and live, it's a real compliment, you know, and you see like what you can make from here, from curing to peeling it. So that's the key. We want to empower you guys to grow and thrive, and so thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and so we're always doing content, guys, for free that helps you grow, helps inspire you. So make sure, about half of you guys are not subscribed, but you're still watching. They're still watching, dude. They're still watching. So do subscribe, comment. If you like it, tell us. If you hate it, tell us too, because, you know, YouTube doesn't even know.
Hit the notification bell so you make sure you don't miss any piece of content that he is filming or that I'm filming. If I'm with him, but I'm not gonna be with him after this for a few, but make sure you hit the notification bell as well.
Let's go. See you guys on the next video, all right?